Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim and or Cimnanya. And thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about a video that I came across, and I thought I am definitely bringing this here because why not? So this young man actually came out to say that men do not want girlfriends. They want moms. And I am asking, what kind of mom are you looking for? I mean, they are looking for people that are like their mothers, right? When they tell them to do some basic things, that they can do some basic things for their husband or boyfriend. So they are looking for women like their mothers, women that took care of their family, their husbands, loved their family, and did not go to work, and did not, go to the club to party, and did not, leave their kids to, they want them to, they do not want moms, that they want you to act like mom. All these things are the things that I see, and I am saying, like, some parents raise their kids poorly, and also some mothers also helped in spoiling their male child, because most times, especially Africans, let me start with Africans, most times they have this, all their attention are on the girl child. They want to raise you to be a strong woman, to, be up and doing and all that. Why training the girl child so much? They do not train their male children so good, and they end up growing up and looking for people to do everything for them. Let's get into this.
Women nowadays are always telling men that we don't want girlfriends, we want moms, when we ask you to do basic women-like things for us. No, we want you to act like women in our mom's generation. You know, the women that raised us, the women that took care of their husbands, cooked for their husbands, loved their family, didn't want to go to work and abandon their kids, didn't want to party at the clubs all weekend and act like they hate men all the time. So no, we don't want moms. We want you to act like wives.
It's fascinating that men across the world, and men of all races, are having public meltdowns on TikTok, talking about, yeah, you want women of your mother's time, women who took care of their husbands, wanted a family, and wanted to stay at home and not work. Are you guys serious? Social evolution missed men. Have you seen the economy? It requires a dual income to be able to live comfortably. Do you men even speak to your mothers? You glorify the past because the past gave men the opportunity to suppress and have control over women. Most of you men came out of women, yet you have no empathy and connection to women. Do you talk to your mothers? Because we do. Our mothers and our grandmothers told us, do not get married, do not have a child. Your mothers did not have the opportunities that we have today, and so most of them had to settle to be a stay-at-home wife, to be a mother, and find a way to find contentment in that life. Speak to your mothers and you know the resentment and the regrets they have, because most of our mothers talk to us, most of our grandmothers talk to us, and if they have the opportunities that we have today, most of them would have chosen a different life. Most of them would not have married. Most of them would not have chosen motherhood and being a wife, and that is the truth. Dear men across the world, it is a new day. Nobody wants to take care of a man. You are not our child. A man is supposed to be your life partner. Most of you men are suffering from Oedipus complex, which is an unhealthy attachment for a maternal love that requires sexual satisfaction. Get it together. It is the dawn of a new day. And no woman wants to take care of you, take care of your kids, and be overworked, doing laundry, cooking, cleaning, simply to say, yeah, I'm a wife and a mother, whilst you go out there and fulfill your dreams and goals as a man. The days where patriarchy was used to oppress our mothers and grandmothers and domesticated them against their will is over. So dear men across the world, there is a shift. Get on with the program and stop coming online and having a meltdown saying that, yeah, you want the women of your mother's generation. Somebody who follows me made this particular statement, and I think it's so true. Men want the wives that their fathers have, but women today want the husband their mothers deserved. Dear men, this is the new reality. Women can live without men to a large extent, but you men cannot live without women. Marriage benefits men. So the earlier you begin to shape up and offer more to be able to have access to women, the better. And to conclude, when your mothers became widows, they were more happier and relieved. And that should tell you that marriage was not something that gave them happiness, and they were relieved to become widows. But widowers are not happy. They quickly find another woman to continue the unpaid labor that women give in marriage. That should tell you something, that most women said if they ever get divorced or they become widowed, they will never get married again. That should tell you that marriage is not something that gave women happiness, fulfillment, or a sense of purpose. But for most women, marriage was something that they had to do to survive. But this is the dawn of a new day. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist, and I'm not going to love any man in the capacity of a mother. The only man I will give maternal love to is the one that comes out of my womb, which is my son, and I don't have one. Do not love any grown man born of another woman from a place of maternal love. You will regret it. You will suffer, and you will endure unnecessary pain. If you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.
Women nowadays are always telling men that we don't want girlfriends. We want moms. When we ask you to do basic women-like things for us.
Oh, I'm gonna have to check this, brother.
No, we want you to act like women in our mom's generation. You know, the women that raised us, the women that took care of their husbands, cooked for their husbands, loved their family.
He has it coming.
They don't want to go to work and abandon their kids. We want you to act like wives.
Young man, and everyone wants you to be like men of past generations who paid all the bills and were homeowners. Everyone wants you to have a job that allows her to be at home instead of having her go to work to help you provide, because you're coming home and playing video games instead of picking up an extra shift. Oh, and everyone wants a man who isn't addicted to corn and doesn't follow so many women on Instagram he can't even get it to work for his own woman. Ladies, the gentlemen who talk down to you like this, they want you to cook, clean, and be traditional, but they're addicted to corn, follow 3,000 women on Instagram, and can't provide and pay all the bills. The provider kings don't need to mask their insecurity with aggression and hatred towards women.
You women nowadays are always telling men that we don't want girlfriends. We want moms. When we ask you to do basic women-like things for us. No, we want you to act like women in our mom's generation. You know, the women that raised us, the women that took care of their husbands, cooked for their husbands, loved their family, didn't want to go to work and abandon their kids, didn't want to party at the clubs all weekend and act like they hate men all the time. So no, we don't want moms. We want you to act like wives. And unfortunately for us men, it seems like the last time that happened was in our mom's generation.
Yeah, it's time for me to basically say it. Sorry, JJ, but I'm about to eat through this dude. There is nothing more than I hate when men say they want traditional wives, but yet they break traditions before it even starts. And then they try to blame the woman instead of the economy for why they can't be traditional wives or whatever. And I'm sorry, but honestly, the whole traditional thing is sexist to begin with. But because it was so normal back in the day, I can't be mad at it. So let's not play the sexism. Let's actually play. Number one. You can't ask for a traditional wife if you're not going to be a traditional husband. A traditional husband is usually to go to work, be the breadwinner of the family, take care of their wife, and a traditional wife, you know, the cook, clean, take care of the family and stuff like that. You break that tradition until you realize that you have to actually be a part of the family too. You can't tell the woman that she needs to love the family more while you can just fuck off and watch football after work because you're just a poor man that works a lot and stuff like that and needs time to be away from the kids and stuff like that. It don't work like that no more. Nowadays, women can call that bullshit out and stuff like that, and that's really why you're mad, because they'll get away with that dumb shit. It used to work back. Oh, you also used to get away with hitting your wives and stuff like that the second they say no. I mean, Jesus Christ, why do you think COD nerds will sit here and say go back to the kitchen to a woman now and then? But meanwhile, they ass can't fucking cook or work the damn thing. And it's even more funny when they asses are the same ones complaining about bills and rent and stuff like that. But wait, you wanted traditional wives. You know, wives aren't supposed to work, right? They're supposed to be stay-at-home mamas, right? And Maybe you should pick up an extra shift to be able to pay the bills, because at the end of the day, you're the traditional husband. You can't just ask for a traditional wife and expect the wife to do everything while also work, because guess what? That breaks tradition, and she's not a traditional wife anymore because she's working. But you don't want women to work no more because they're supposed to be traditional women, right? You see, I'm only saying all this because y'all men that screams you want traditional wives and you wish women nowadays could be more like women back in the fucking 50s pisses me off, because you guys say you want this, but then when it's time for you to be the traditional husband, the breadwinner in the family, and the traditional wife being the traditional wife, money for groceries, even money to buy her things and stuff like that, and then you bitch about what's going on right now, and then you complain and you blame everybody else but yourself. I'm sorry, it's kind of hard to fucking defend you. Men, you cannot sit here and say, I'm gonna repeat myself again, that you want traditional wives if you're not gonna be a traditional husband. It don't work one way and the other. You want to have traditional marriage? That's traditional marriage, bitch. That is how it's supposed to be. It's even more hilarious because it wasn't women that created the whole traditional marriage anyways. That's how it was supposed to be, right? I mean, it was men who created that bullshit, right? Right? So at the end of the day, don't complain when it's time to be a traditional husband, biatch.
You women nowadays are always telling men that we don't want girlfriends. We want moms when we ask you to do basic women-like things for us. No, we want you to act like women in our mom's generation. The women that raised us, the women that took care of their husbands, cooked for their husbands, loved their family, didn't want to go to work and abandon their kids, didn't want to party at the clubs all weekend and act like they hate men all the time. So no, we don't want moms. We want you to act like wives.
This man really just sat up here and said, we don't want moms. We just want women that act like our moms. Sir, you're not beating these allegations, okay? Some of these men want the 50s and 60s housewife so bad, but that's not what women want. We saw right through it. Our mothers and our grandmothers, they warned us. Those women weren't happy, and they don't care. They still feel entitled to your free labor. They want you to do it and not complain about it. And the only way for you to do that is for them to have some kind of financial control over you. Your independence scares them because they need you to need them. You can't just want them. They need you desperate. Desperate women make poor choices. Desperate women settle for men like them. Men who have nothing to offer are truly threatened by a woman's independence. They want to get back to the days where women needed permission from men to do everything. They want to get back to the days where all she did was be quiet and cook and clean. They don't want you to have a voice. Them wanting to return back to the days of the 50s and 60s is not about family, it's about control.
You women nowadays are always telling men that we don't want girlfriends. We want moms.
By telling, do you mean observing that this is happening? Or, you know what? I'm going to give you a chance. Let's prove them wrong together.
When we ask you to do basic women-like things for us.
By women-like, do you mean mommy-like?
No, we want you to act like women in our mom's generation. The women that raised us?
Yeah. I called the woman that raised me mom.
The women that took care of their husbands, cooked for their husbands.
Took care of? Like they're a little guy who needs his mommy?
They don't want to go to work and abandon their kids.
You want them to be a stay-at-home mommy?
Didn't want to party at the clubs all weekend and act like they hate men all the time.
Not all men. But even if some do, I imagine hate is an easier feeling to feel than love for a romantic partner who wants you to be their mommy.
So no, we don't want moms.
Are you sure? You should watch your video. Because that's what it sounds like you want.
We want you to act like wives.
Wives with babies? So mummies?
Unfortunately for us men, it seems like the last time that happened was in our mom's generation.
So in short, no, we don't want you to be a mom. We want you to specifically be our mom.
So this is all I got from the stitches, and you all heard it. When I saw the video at first, I was like, some people really think some women should just be, maids or nannies, because It's only a nanny that can do all this. Like, they want traditional women. And when the traditional woman comes, they start giving excuses and all that. See, let me tell you all something. No, I don't know. I don't think, a reasonable woman will be in a relationship and then will maybe like, marriage and start acting like a mom, maybe mom to the kids, but like, there is extent a woman can go. A woman is in the house, she takes care of everything, she has the kids, she probably got job and work and all that. Women these days, we probably do not want to be like our mothers, or we want to do better. Or like, should I say we want to do better than our mothers, because some of them were at the receiving end. Some of them, it was not like the best marriage and all that. Some probably endured the marriages or their marriage because they had to like, take care of their kids, or they had to step back for the kids. A lot has really changed. Women are looking for better husband, better things, than coming to be a traditional, like, be, what does he even want? A mom, because that is what they are looking for. They want someone like their mother, because number one is that some parents actually support their male child, some women, they support their male child, that some of them, most of the things their mothers did for them, they are looking for another woman to do the same thing for them. And that is not like, some of them may not never happen. There is a limit to what your wife or your girlfriend can do for you. If you want a mom and all that, you can actually go back to your own mother. And I keep saying this, let me say, we Africans, they pamper their male child so bad that they become really very spoiled. Than the ladies, they tell the ladies that you are supposed to take care of the house, you are supposed to do this because you are gonna get married and become somebody's wife. And that was like, the preaching back then, but people really do not listen to things like that anymore. So they tend to not look very well, like, grow their male child to really be fit for the world and all that, to learn to be independent, like doing their things without asking for help, because some of them depend so much on people to do every damn thing for them. Some can't even boil water, some can't even boil egg. It is that bad. But I think we parents can do better, right? Especially mothers, you all can do better, because the time you all invest in your girl child, you all should invest also the same energy in your male child, because now as it stands, the women are standing tall, and your male children are looking for they are looking for toy women to, like, someone they can push around. Because I feel like what men nowadays are looking for, they are looking for people that they can push around. They're looking for women that do not have a lot to say. They are looking for someone that does not let her left from right. When they see someone that is like it, that knows all this, they think like, man, this is not going to work because she is so smart. She's going to outsmart me or something like that. But man, you all really need to educate yourself, like, bring yourselves together and learn to do some certain things. Because like as it stands, my brothers were the one that taught me how to cook. Yeah, my brothers taught me how to cook. So we all can do better. And they cook and clean, not just they cook and clean. So they were the ones that taught me how to clean, how to cook, and the rest of it. So we can do better, because if we do not do better, we wake up to things like people like this coming to the internet to say that they are looking for, people that were like their mothers. You cannot be their mothers, because you are actually not their mother. This is all I've got to say. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye for now.